Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I want to talk to you about how to create lasting OCD recovery and how to truly recover fully. There is a few components to this. So first, you need to deal with every single one of your OCD themes, no matter how big or small, because your brain is not attached to any one theme specifically. It's just attached to this right now. You start reacting better to this. You start not to do compulsions to this. It will bring you that. Primary, secondary theme, your brain doesn't care. It just wants you to react with fear. So if there was, say, something that you reacted to in the past, but now you're not because you're on to this new thing, and then you start to work on this new thing and overcome it, it will bring up the thing from the past because it's kind of like the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest to reach because you've already reacted to it. There's already history there. So deal with every single theme that you have. Refuse reaction, refuse compulsions, get it to zero. That's A, number one. Number two, you need to understand how OCD works. The dynamic nature of OCD, the mechanics of OCD. Because you could see, even from my 600 plus videos on OCD recovery, you can see that from theme to theme, when I do Q&A, you can see that a lot of this just repeats itself. It's very similar. I can tell you, I talk to people, I've been doing this for over 10 years now, right? And I talk to people, same story, pretty much all the time, same story. And even within the themes, the way people think about their specific theme, the compulsions that they're doing is pretty much the same. And the response from the brain is pretty much the same, depending on what they're doing. So you need to understand how OCD works. Also, you need to understand, and this is number three, you need to understand how your real life connects to OCD. Meaning that if you are extremely stressed in real life, if your life is not a very calm one, but your brain is very sensitive, your brain is prone to anxiety, you need to acknowledge that. Everybody is born a little bit different, right? Some people are prone to anger, some people are prone to depression, some people are prone to anxiety. And if you're prone to anxiety, but you're putting yourself in a lifestyle which is extremely stressful, then you need to understand that this is going to create a much more difficult situations. And we make the choices that we make, and in some cases, they're unavoidable. But something has to give, right? So if your lifestyle is more stressful, you can't help that. That is what it is. Say you have a career in a very stressful field. You're not going to go and change your career because of OCD. Then you need to find more ways to relax and unwind, to balance everything out, because your brain does need more rest. Making sure that your sleep is all right. Not fanatically, because sleep is also an OCD theme. So I know when I talk about sleep, it triggers a lot of people. I'm not saying that if you don't get enough sleep, you will not recover or anything like that. But I'm saying overall, create a situation of fairly calm, stable life. Stability is very important. So sleep, meditate, be outside. If you show your brain that everything is normal, then your brain will react better. And then, when these kind of situations happen, right? Because the worry is that, okay, you're doing fine, you recover, everything is good, but then a stressor hit in your life, a stressor that you didn't expect. And we all go through periods of life that are extremely stressful, not even due to anything that we're doing, but just to situations around us. How are you going to react? And if your life is already at a 10, just in regular life, and then there's a stressor, there's just so much higher chance of you falling back into OCD, especially if you don't understand how OCD works, you don't have all the tools, and you didn't take care of all your themes. So that's why a lot of the times people will say, well, my doctor said OCD can come back, but they didn't understand why, didn't explain why it could come back. And it's those things. If you deal with all of these things I'm talking about in this video, why would OCD come back? And in terms of the thoughts, will I ever get a weird thought? Well, 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. That's for everybody. So does everybody get weird, strange thoughts? You bet. But they don't make, it doesn't become OCD. Because they don't take it seriously, because they're not running a million miles an hour, they can see, and they're just, well, in the case of other people, they're just not prone to it. So they just dismiss it. But for a person who is prone to anxiety, has had OCD, what for some people is automatic, for you is a manual process. And to do that manual process in some situations, especially, after a while it will become automatic, but I'm talking during recovery and immediately after the recovery. In order for you to be like, oh, this is an OCD thought, I probably should not go into it, you have to have mental space in your life. Say, for example, if you are, you have 10 appointments to go to, you are busy, you got a million things going on, an OCD thought hits and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to react. It's a mess. In your head, it's a mess already because you're already doing way too much. So if you compare that to if you were kind of going through the day, nice and steady, an OCD thought came in, or let's say a weird thought came in, you're like, no thank you, not gonna go down this road, right? Just the chance of you dismissing it is a lot better. And every time you dismiss it, you show to your brain how on autopilot it should handle these thoughts. So if, say, a thought comes in about, I don't know, cleaning OCD, let's say, right? Or let's say harm OCD. I don't like to use cleaning OCD because it's just so conventional and media driven, but I actually don't see cleaning OCD all that much in real life. I see harm OCD a lot, religious OCD a lot, relationship OCD a lot, not so much cleaning. So okay, let's say harm OCD. So harm OCD thought came into your mind and you're like, no thank you, not gonna get into it, because you have that mental space to do so. So that's what I mean. You need to create a situation where everything is calm, and then you dismiss it one time, then say a week or two later another harm OCD thought came in, just because your brain still has this history of it, right? Again, you dismiss it. So then maybe a month later, 2 months later, a harm OCD thought came in, then again you dismissed it. And now your brain knows that this is completely irrelevant and not really to send it to you with anxiety anymore. But at the end of the recovery, it is very, very important that you catch these things. And if you're too stressed, not understanding the process, you might still catch it, but the chance is a lot lower. And then after that, they kind of stop coming in at all, and you just live your life. So this is the full process of recovery, and this is how you create actual true recovery, where you're not in danger of getting OCD thoughts again, falling into it again. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.